hard enough that as beginners, jumping into the world of fitness means undoing a lot of bad habits and adding new difficult ones. But when we actually sit down and start writing out goals, things can quickly become a bit hazy. Sure, we all want to look a certain way, but often one question fills the mind of the average beginner. Should you first try to lose weight, aka cut, or build muscle, aka bulk? Unfortunately, the discrepancy of factors doesn't ever truly allow for a perfect answer. The science isn't exactly concrete. A safe answer here would be, it depends. But even without a single definitive rule, we can still muster up a clearer yet subjective take on the matter. And for me, personally, I believe we can create a very logical framework to help you decide. By the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer path forward. Section 1. The two paths explained. First, let's quickly define our terms so we're all on the same page. Cutting simply means you're in a calorie deficit. The primary goal is losing body fat while you hold on to as much muscle as you can. Think of it as the sculpting phase. Bulking, on the other hand, is when you're in a calorie surplus. The goal here is to build new muscle tissue, and you have to accept that you'll likely gain a small amount of body fat in the process. This is the building phase. The confusion for most people, especially beginners, is which one to do first, and the answer doesn't depend on what your favorite influencer is doing. I believe a very practical way to decide is to look at one key metric, your current body fat percentage. Section 2. Why body fat percentage is a key deciding factor. Your body fat level is an important piece of data because it gives us a clue as to how your body might respond to training and nutrition. Now, it's not the single most important factor. Genetics, training quality, and sleep all play a huge role, but it is a significant one. When your body fat is on the higher side, your insulin sensitivity tends to be a bit lower. This can mean your body may be more likely to store extra calories as fat instead of using them to efficiently build muscle. Conversely, when you're leaner, your insulin sensitivity is typically higher. This suggests the calories you eat during a surplus have a better chance of being partitioned towards muscle gain. This is why many people find that starting from a leaner base can lead to a more successful bulk. Trying to bulk when your body fat is already elevated can sometimes feel like you're just adding more of what you were trying to get away from, which can be quite demotivating. Section 3. A practical framework. Your answer. So let's get to the numbers. Remember, these are not hard and fast scientific laws, but they are common coaching guidelines that provide a very useful framework for making your decision. If you are a man with a body fat percentage estimated to be above 15 to 20%, or a woman above 25 to 30%, cutting first is often the better option. At this level, your priority is to lower your body fat, which can improve your body's metabolic condition for future muscle growth. The great news is, beginners in this range have the fortune of experiencing what we call newbie gains. Newbie gains are that period where a novice lifter can often build some muscle and get stronger even while in a calorie deficit, simply because their body is so new to the stimulus of training. Now, if you're a man with a body fat percentage below 12 to 15%, or a woman below 20 to 25%, you are in what many would consider a prime position to start a lean bulk. Your body is in a state where it's likely to use those extra calories efficiently to build new muscle tissue without adding excessive fat. This is where you can really focus on getting stronger and increasing your size. Section 4. What about skinny fat? This is the question I get most often. What if you're not overly fat, but you don't feel lean either? You just feel soft with little muscle definition. This is the classic skinny fat physique. The answer here still comes back to that same framework, just with a slight adjustment in thinking. If you're on the higher end of skinny fat, let's say a man over 18% body fat, a small, slow cut is likely your best bet. This can help you lean out without feeling depleted. If you're on the leaner end of skinny fat, you could begin with a very conservative calorie surplus, what we call a lean bulk, to start patching on muscle without a dramatic increase in fat. Section 5. Your action plan. So now that you have a path, what do you actually do? If you're cutting, a moderate calorie deficit of about 300 to 500 calories per day is a reasonable starting point for most people. prioritize a higher protein intake, aiming for around 0.7 to 1.0 grams per pound of your body weight, which is a solid strategy to preserve muscle mass. Your training should be focused on resistance exercise to signal to your body to keep its muscle. If you're doing a lean bulk, a small calorie surplus of 200 to 500 calories per day is a good place to start. Any more than that, and you increase the chances of gaining excess fat. Keep your protein high here as well, around that same 0.7 to 1.0 grams per pound range to fuel new muscle growth. In the gym, your mission is progressive overload, consistently challenging your muscles to get stronger over time. And that sums up my stance on it. If this video has cleared things up for you, do me a favor and hit that like button, and subscribe for more no-nonsense fitness advice. Now, I'd like to know your opinion in the comments. Based on this, are you going to cut or bulk? If you find some holes in my reasoning, then feel free to let me know. I'm always open to feedback, and I read every single one. Fitness should be seen as a long-term journey made up of cycles. You don't just cut once and you're done. A successful approach is often to cycle between these phases intelligently. You might cut until you're lean, then lean bulk until your body fat approaches that upper threshold of around 20% for men or 30% for women, and then you rinse and repeat. So to recap, as a general guideline, if you're a man over about 15 to 20% body fat or a woman over 25%, 30%, your first step is likely to cut. If you're leaner than that, it's probably time to start a lean bulk. But remember, these should only be temporary phases. Your end goal, unless you want to become a bodybuilder, is to find a middle ground that you're satisfied with and can maintain for the rest of your life. Balance and overall health is key. The most important thing is to start. Pick your path, stay consistent, and the results will follow. Other than that, as always, thank you for watching.